WNMS, this is Jaini
and Jerry with a broadcast for January 20th, 2022.
Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The spelling bee saga continues. Yesterday, all but Henry Yim and Nidihi Kadipali were eliminated after misspelling some very difficult words that even the participating adults would not have known how to spell. Henry and Nidihi will compete in the finals today in 8:20. Hopefully we can announce our winners tomorrow's episode of WNMS, so stay tuned.
Shout out to the Science Olympiad team entering into their first competition this Saturday. The end of second marking period is Friday, January 28th. Check your grades so you can finish strong.
The ski club has begun and packets are available in the main office. The technical crew support auditions for the NMS Theater Company's newest production will take place on Monday, January 24th after school. Please be sure to pick up a permission form in the main lobby.
Attention 7th graders, registration for the November 8th to 11th, 2022 Washington, D.C. trip is still open. The trip is open to all members of the class of 2027. The last day to register and guarantee your spot on the trip is January 31st. If you want more information about the trip, visit the school website ms.novi.k12.mi.us. Click on the student menu and select Washington, D.C. trip of class of 2027.
You can email Ms. Bernauskas at megan.bernauskas@novik12.org if you or your parents have any questions. The first paw print issue of 2022 is now available on the Novi Middle School website under the Students tab. This issue includes 18 intriguing articles covering the topics such as the new backpack rule, the developing tension in Ukraine, the end of plastic bags in France, NMS jazz band, Elon Musk, the danger of video games, and the Dear Wildcat advice column.
As you can tell, our music system is now up and running and music will play for students to indicate that they have 1 minute to get to their classrooms. Students should be in their classrooms by the time the song ends.
Students can suggest school-appropriate songs for passing time by completing the Google form found on the WNMS Schoology group page, or maybe your 820 teacher has posted on their page. School-appropriate songs only. Students are fully aware that they are not to have their phones out during the school day. WNMS was very interested in gathering students' opinion about the possibilities of using their phones at lunchtime. Ava investigated.
Hi, this is Ava for today's broadcast. As you know, you are not allowed to use phones in class. Phones are supposed to remain in your lockers till the end of the day. But should phones be allowed at lunch? We asked the students of NMS what their thoughts are on this topic. One student thinks that we should have phones because some students might have to text their parents during lunch to remind them that they have a club after school that day. Another student also says yes because if there's a dangerous situation, we will be able to call 911 or someone else. Another student says that we shouldn't have phones because they distract us from the environment we are in. They also say that if there is a dangerous situation, the lunch aides or teachers will contact 911. One other student also says that we shouldn't have phones because students get distracted and don't end up eating lunch. All that food goes to waste and just because we are distracted by the phone. We all know why phones aren't allowed in class, but a lot of people ask why are phones not allowed at lunch? We asked Mr. Baker to find the answer.
In general, phones aren't allowed from the start to end of school day, and that would include lunch. The thinking behind that is that they can be quite disruptive, and not every student misuses phones, but when they do, it can cause some problems that lead to school issues. At lunchtime, we also want you guys talking and interacting and kind of having a chance to build your friendships and interact.
A lot of people said that we should be able to use phones at lunch, but will the rule ever change?
Probably not because of popular demand, but never say never, in terms of keeping our minds open to things, but at this point, pretty set with the policy to have phones kind of in pockets out of sight during the school day.
Phones being allowed in the future is still unknown, but as of right now, phones are still not allowed at lunch. This has been Ava for today's broadcast.
Report, Ava, another example as to why we should not have our phones out during the school day is that students are starting to violate other students' privacy by airdropping pictures to each other during lunch. And in the hallways, students are using airdrops to share unauthorized photos with many students at a time. As a reminder, NMS students are not permitted to use their phones during the school day and should not be taking pictures of their peers without permissions. Keep those phones away. Ava is back with your Wildcat Sports Wrap.
Hey Wildcats, this is Ava with your sports. Last night, the Pistons came back from 11 down to defeat the Sacramento Kings 133 to 131. Sadiq Bey scored 30 points for the Pistons. Good luck to the competitive cheer team as they travel to Scranton Middle School tonight as they compete in the KLAA Middle School Conference meet. Don't forget to make your predictions for this weekend's NFL playoff games. The survey can be found on the WNMS Schoology group page. Your predictions will be read on the air in tomorrow's broadcast. Izzy has your Today in History moment.
Hey, I'm Izzy with your Today in History for January 20th, 2022. Today, just 1 year ago, Kamala Harris became the first ever female vice president. Kamala Harris was sworn in as the 49th U.S. vice president on January 20th, 2021, becoming the first woman to occupy the office. Ever since the election between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, there hasn't been any woman who has been selected and voted for vice president. This has been Izzy with your Today in History.
Hey, this is Yuvaroshan with your weather. Today is going to be a high of 28 and a low of 8 degrees and a 20% chance of rain. Tomorrow is going to be a high of 24 and a low of 9 degrees and a 40% chance of rain. Be sure to bring your coat. Happy birthday to the following students.
Clap, 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 happy birthday. Clap, 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 happy birthday. Clap, 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 happy birthday.
Hey, did you know that 85% of people have experienced a dream so real that they were not sure if it happened in real life or not?
Really? I had that question for like years.
That's it for today. This has been Jaini
And Jerry for WNMS.